Thanks for staying with us here on the JoyNews channel. Just gone by was the economic governance platform, which is assessing, as we speak, Ghana's decision to turn to the International Monetary Fund. You heard there from some experts, including Professor Bob King, who's been raising a lot of issues, talking about the fact that government must, of course, take measures to enhance and submit a good program to the IMF. He then goes ahead to touch on a few more issues relating to the technicalities. We've also been witnessing some more issues where we understand that according to some figures that he was giving, Ghana has visited the IMF every 4 years. So that's another topical issue that we're looking at. Professor Bokping also went ahead to talk about some fiscal deficit figures, pointing out clearly that if you take a look at our profile, borrowing appears to be the problem for successive governments. These are some of the topical issues that came up strongly. And then also the issue about progress in the previous program that we were running. In 2014, we ran that program. This government extended that by an additional year. But then, from what we're getting from the experts, including Professor Bobkin, it's becoming apparent that the current economic situation is unstable than it was in 2014 when we turned to the IMF. We'll be crossing you over shortly again to pick up more from the Menzies Grand Hotel. But then we can just, of course, take a few more of the topical issues coming up from this discussion. Also the issue about the IMF not being our savior in the long term. That has been the position of many experts who've we've seen also share their views, and also the issue about bold leadership, which is necessary in dealing with the challenges, economic challenges confronting our nation. That was one of the issues raised by Professor Charles Aka, and also we do know that would be talking about some issues relating to our natural resources as well, being underutilized. It's become a concern for some of the experts who have shown up so far to also make their inputs there at that very program that's ongoing. So I will keep our eyes on that and bring you some more updates. But this is still the polls here on the JoyNews channel. Let's also talk about illegal mining. The Sector Minister John Jinapor has been updating Ghanaians on some of the measures being taken to fight galamsey, as this popularly called.
Popularly referred to as galamsey. That is, law enforcement and reformation of the sector. In the area of law enforcement, following the holding of the national and regional dialogues on small-scale mining, where we build a national consensus on the way forward, we have held engagements with all 16 regional ministers and their respective regional security councils, RECSECs, to lead law enforcement in their various jurisdictions. River bodies continues to be red zones for mining, while recognizance, prospecting, and/or exploration in forest reserves continue to be suspended, except in exceptional circumstances. Forest guards of the Forestry Commission have been working with the relevant security agencies to enforce this ban, and Operation Hall 2 supports them from time to time. But as a more lasting solution to the pollution of our river bodies, I am happy to announce that the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has procured 5 patrol boats, which will be used by the security services to patrol and protect our rivers. By next month, these boats will be deployed to River Ankobra, Pra, Birim, and the Black Volta. We have recruited more mine inspectors and resource the Commission to undertake effective regulation. In accordance with Section 92 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006 at 703, we have established small-scale mining committees in the various mining districts to assist the district offices of the Minerals Commission to effectively monitor, promote, and develop mining operations in their jurisdictions. So far, 70 of these committees have been inaugurated in the various mining districts, and 13 more committees in the Savannah, Northeast, Upper West, and Upper East regions are due to be inaugurated tomorrow in Bolgatanga by my dependable Deputy Minister responsible for Mines, Honorable George Miriku Duka, Member of Parliament for Takwa. This will be the first time since the enactment of Act 703 in 2006 that small-scale mining committees have been established in all the mining districts of our country. We have also placed a ban on the manufacture and sale of the floating platform, popularly referred to as champagne, and we are in the process of amending Act 703 to expand legally the scope of this ban. Ladies and gentlemen, the Minerals Commission is implementing the Minerals and Mining Operations, Tracking of Earth-Moving and Mining Equipment Regulations, 2020, LI 2404, to track all earth-moving machines and equipment used in mining operations to ensure that they are used in accordance with the law. By the end of next month, the operational and control room for the tracking of these equipment will be ready. In the area of regulatory, policy, and operational reforms, in addition to the decentralization of the work of the Minerals Commission and the online applications, we have revamped community mining schemes and developed an operational manual to promote responsible and environmentally sound small-scale mining. Among its requirements, all community mining schemes must have functioning offices, proper database of miners, environmental officers on site, changing rooms for miners, and sick bays. Last year, 20 community mining schemes were commissioned in 14 mining districts across the country. And this year, 14 community mining schemes have been commissioned. In the coming weeks, we will be commissioning community mining schemes in Osino, in the Fantiakwa South District of the Eastern Region, Kenyase, in the Asutifi South Municipality in the Ahafo Region, Dunkwao, in the Upper Dentra East Municipality of the Central Region, Manson Kwanta and Musionso in the Amansie West District, Akrofom in the Akrofom District, and Bekwai in the Bekwai Municipality, all in the Ashanti Region. Atronsu in the Bibiani Ahuyansu Bekwai Municipality, Insuem in the Takwa Insuem Municipality, Bompiasu in the Pristia Huni Valley Municipality, and Afransi in the Wassa Amenfi East Municipality, all in the Western Region. Our commitment is to deliver 50 well-regulated, environmentally sound, and viable community mining schemes by the end of this year. The Ghana Geological Survey Authority is aggressively undertaking geological investigations to block out more areas for small-scale mining. The Ghana Landscape Restoration and Small-Scale Mining Project is also supporting the Geological Survey Authority to carry out geological investigations for 20 blocked-out areas in Bibiani, Obuasi, Asinfosu, Bole, and Bolegatanga. This will prevent the situation where small-scale miners mine anywhere, whether they are minerals or not, a practice that contributes significantly to environmental and forest degradation. And last month, we commissioned 100 mercury-free gold processing equipment known as Gold Catcher to help small-scale miners extract gold from the ore without the use of mercury. Apart from avoiding the use of mercury, which are several environmental and health hazards, the equipment has the capacity to extract about 90% of the gold from the ore, as opposed to the 30% the mercury is able to extract. We intend, ladies and gentlemen, to procure up to 300 of these equipment under the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program for green and clean mining. Our commitment is to gradually eliminate the use of mercury in small-scale mining in accordance with the Minamata Convention on Mercury, of which Ghana is a committed party. The ministry is also engaging some financial institutions to establish minerals development units to provide direct financial support to small-scale miners as a way of curbing the influx of foreigners in the small-scale mining sector. We have launched the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program to provide alternative sources of income for communities affected by the fight against illegal mining. And in collaboration with the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners, we have completed the vetting of application for small-scale miners. And last month, I had the privilege of handing over 95 small-scale mining licenses to deserving Ghanaians. We have also, in partnership with the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners, instituted a small-scale miners award scheme to identify and reward responsible small-scale miners as a way of encouraging responsible small-scale mining in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, effective this year, we have reduced the withholding tax on unprocessed gold by small-scale miners, which was introduced in 2015 from 3% to 1.5%. This has brought a lot of relief to small-scale miners and has resulted in a sharp increase in gold exports from small-scale mining, from 84 kilograms in December 2020 to 2,202 kilograms in June in 2022. That notwithstanding, we have formed a task force to clamp down on the smuggling of gold out of our country. The Precious Minerals Marketing Company, PMMC, has also completed the digitalization of the National Assay Laboratory to improve efficiency in capturing accurate data on gold exports. The digitalized system can now generate various kinds of reports on gold exports. This will enable easy analysis and thereby contribute to national economic planning. The Ghana Landscape Restoration and Small-Scale Mining Project has also commenced the processes of upgrading the National Assay Laboratory and have fitted it with fire assay equipment to enable PMMC undertake fire assaying, which the experts say is the most definitive and most reliable means of assaying gold. As part of its measures, we are also developing traceability systems to trace gold from small-scale mining sites to final disposal, to ensure that any gold that gets onto the market is sourced from environmentally sound mining operations. Value addition. Ladies and gentlemen, the real value of our mineral resources lie in value addition. The government of President Akufo-Addo has therefore decided to invest in value addition to retain the value of our mineral resources here in our country through a public-private partnership.
And Ghana is expected to begin the easy ones of digitized visas to foreigners by the end of August. Foreign Affairs Minister Shirley Ayoko-Botchwey says the new visa system will make it practically impossible to make counterfeits. Michael Ashale has the rest of the story.
Hitherto, foreigners applying for a Ghanaian visa had to visit the consular and then fill many pages of documents. That is expected to change with the installation of a new visa system at the airport and at various foreign missions. Foreign Affairs Minister Shirley Ayoko-Botchwey says the new visa will be difficult to fake and will fast-track acquisition.
This is going to make it very easy for people to come. It is going to also make sure that people cannot fake our visas, because the current visa stickers we use are handwritten at the missions abroad. So really, it's a problem. It's a major problem for us, where some people are even able to fake visas, and it's difficult for us to detect. Now, this will be a thing of the past. It will be rolled out almost immediately. I'm sure that in the next month or so, it will be rolled out. It will be rolled out first from our big missions, where we have huge numbers of applications, and then it will be extended to other missions. But I believe that with immigration, it will start after the test run and all of that.
According to her, the new visa issuance system brings the country a step closer to issuing e-visas.
Eventually, I see it as the first step towards eventually, when we have a good database, when we have people who are frequent visitors and we know them. So at some point, the decision will be made, working together with the Immigration Service, whether we can now proceed to electronic visas, because then we know that we have a good database. It is safe for us to do this.
Head of Public Affairs at the Ghana Immigration Service, Amakwata, says the new visas will put the Immigration Service at a better position to prevent blacklisted persons and terrorists from entering the country, as the new system synchronizes the information from all the foreign missions.
Current process, which this new system is coming to replace, is that you walk into a mission in the UK, you fill some forms, then the consular officer in our mission will make a determination and issue the visa. But meanwhile, at the point of entry in Ghana, the immigration officer doesn't know who is coming with the kind of information that has been provided. So maybe in the UK, he may give an address as Mr. A. He comes here and says Mr. B. So now this system is going to help us to synchronize information from our missions and information that hit our servers from the mission. So if we should change or alter your information on the card, you become a suspect for us to further interrogate you. So in fact, it's going to improve on security and safeguard our borders against infiltrations.
The new system, when rolled out, will first be available in London and Germany, but the equipment will be installed at the Kotoka International Airport later this week. Ghana's immigration officers will be trained on how to use it this week. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
And the Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference is hosting this year's 19th Plenary Assembly of the Symposium of Episcopal Conferences of Africa and Madagascar. Obviously, we know that in Ghana on July 26 to the 1st of August 2022, there will be over 140 bishops and cardinals from Africa in attendance at that very program. So let's get more on this. Joining me in studio now is Reverend Father Henry Akabiam. He is the Secretary General for the Symposium of Episcopal Conferences of Africa and Madagascar. Also, Lucy Jata is Human Resource Manager and also a member of the Central Planning Committee. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
Reverend Father, let's start off with you. A lot of people who are not known to the activities within the Catholic Church will be asking why you have decided to hold this symposium in Ghana.
Yes, thank you for having me. Firstly, in West Africa at this moment, Ghana is the most peaceful country. And when you want to bring people from all over the world, you better go to where there is peace and security. So this is one of the major reasons. But actually, what happened immediately before this was that the plenary was supposed to hold in Burkina Faso. But at the beginning of the year, there was a military takeover in the country. So the church doesn't feel too comfortable to go to a place where there are interruptions of democratically elected governments. That's part of why eventually Ghana was decided upon, and Ghana generously accepted as usual to host.
So when you have that large gathering of priests and cardinals, what decisions do you take?
Well, you know that the church is very concerned about the dignity of the human person, very concerned about salvation message that should get across to everybody.
Right.
And the church has been involved in this for very long. And you also know that the church is engaged in education, the church is engaged in medical services and other services. So part of what is being assessed is how this is happening in each place so as to be able to harness synergy for more involvement in the evangelization as well as the promotion of the human person.
We'll be talking much more about the role of the church shortly, but Lucy, for you, you are a member of the planning committee, so and I'm sure you're Ghanaian as well, so many will be asking what's the relevance to our national development as well?
Well, I can say, we'll say maybe tourism. We are getting people from all over Africa and Madagascar to come to Ghana. So they are getting to know Ghana the more, getting to understand Ghana the more. And it's also to the Catholics in Ghana. Most of us didn't know what SECAM was as a Catholic. I can say myself because I joined. So it's like more of the bishops, archbishops, and cardinals in Africa that are coming. So it is a joy to meet them. It is a joy to know our people coming and to get more understanding of what SECAM is. For us to be, as a Catholic, to grow more.
And to understand the teachings
of the church more.
Right.
Yes.
But then, do we know some of the activities that will be taking place when they arrive?
Yeah, there are a lot of activities. They are coming on 26th and they'll leave on 25th and they leave on the 1st of August. But 26th, there will be Mass at Christ the King Catholic Church, which is open to the media and a few public. And then afterwards, they'll have a meeting at Christ the King again before they go to Gimpa. So that one is open to the public. Then from the 27th all the way to 30th is a closed meeting for the bishops and cardinals and archbishop. Then on 31st, we'll have the final one at Cathedral, Holy Spirit Cathedral. So that one too is open to the public. That is where the message of what they have come across, what they have discussed, and everything that happened will be given to the public. So that is what will happen on the 31st.
31st, okay.
So 26th and 31st is what is open to everybody.
Okay. And then the fest as well? Is there any activity happening on the fest?
The fest mostly is departure. Some people will be departing and some people will be
But for those who are within the church itself, how are you involving them in this exercise that we're about to see?
Okay, that's why some of us are on the planning committee. There are some youth that will volunteer to be protocol and other things. That is why we are opening it up for the first 2 days for the Catholic faithful and other people to also be part of it. And then our reason for being here is to also let our faithful know that something like this is happening. They should start digging and understanding and asking more questions for explanation to be given to them.
And Reverend Father, is this not an opportune moment for these cardinals and leadership within the church to enhance some level of teaching and understanding within the church? For those who may not even have witnessed this, activity before, how do you intend to drive that message home?
One of the major things that the church gets across to people are homilies.
Right.
On the 26th, there will be a homily delivered by the Cardinal Prefect of the Dicastery for Evangelization, representing the Vatican and the Holy Father.
Right.
So on this day, therefore, there will be a message that will be transmitted to the people. And the sum of what will be the outcome of the plenary assembly will be contained in a message that will be read at the closing ceremony on the 31st. That will be an opportunity, therefore, for people to hear where the church is getting as far as security and migration are concerned. Those are some of the themes of the plenary.
So, yeah, and it's interesting at this point to even assess what you think about the Catholic Church on the African continent as we speak. Is it growing? And what do you have to say about the church and its status now?
So, the church has been in Africa for very long. In some places, even over 1,000 years.
Right.
In some places, not even up to that, but the church has had quite a lot of impact as far as the growth of the church is concerned. At this material moment we speak, there are 27 African cardinals. That means cardinals of African extractions. That's a huge number.
27?
27. They're living ones, they're some of them.
Oh, God. Right.
And then you have quite a number of archbishops. We have over 504 dioceses. And that means that you have over 504 bishops, substantive bishops,
right.
Not to talk of auxiliary bishops and people who are involved in one way or the other. And here in Ghana, you also know the impact of the Catholic Church, the massive work that is being done on a regular basis. Let me dray a bit.
Right.
I was quite impressed with the commitment of the Catholic Church to ensuring that trees are following what the government has recommended.
The Green Ghana agenda.
Exactly.
Right.
So, and if the church is taking also following in this lead, you should also plant something.
Definitely, I should. But anyway, in terms of support for the program itself, Lucy, how can church members also come on board and support this program that we're about to witness?
Since we took it up as a short notice, we needed to raise some funds. We were supposed to raise about 220,000 Ghana cedis to host the bishops and the conference. But so far, we've only raised about over 100 and something thousand cedis. So we are reaching out to all the Catholic faithful to support our own. So when you go to Christ the King Catholic Church, Cantonment, opposite the Jubilee House, there is a receipt there from SECAM that you can pay your money and it will go to SECAM directly. Or you can call their number 0245
You'd have to take the number slowly so that
0245 276017. When you call Christ the King Catholic Church, they'll give you all the information. Or you can go to the National Catholic Secretariat also. They will be able to do it. And the SECAM Secretariat is right opposite Association International.
Right.
It's right opposite Association International. So you can also walk in there and do your payment. We need all the Catholic faithful to come out support, no matter how much it is. Yeah. We need that money before now and then on 26.
And there are some, okay, yes, quickly.
It's not to dispute what they are saying.
Right.
But the church exists for everybody.
Okay.
So everybody
So even beyond,
yes,
even if you are not a member.
Those who want to support the Catholic Church, I know there are some supporters of the Catholic
Definitely,
Church who are not Catholics.
Right.
So those of them who support the Catholic Church, those who come and pray around the compound, they can all support us. Everybody is in.
Yeah, so it's open to everyone. I was just
Yes,
about talking
yourself.
of yes, definitely. I was just about talking about those in other parts of the country as well and how they could reach you. Probably they may not be in Accra. How do they support, maybe by giving out some funds as well?
Okay, the Catholic Bishop Conference have already written to every parish.
Okay.
So every parish did a bit of, let's say, some collection or anything all over the country to bring in. But we have not been able to raise enough. So that is why we are asking any individual who wants to give more and give, they can come on board and help us. We'll be much appreciated.
All right, then. And Reverend Father, let your word to, of course, the faithful out there who are watching, who are expecting that this program will happen in the coming days.
As I said, it's not just the faithful. Anybody. Human beings have only one vocation. And the vocation is to be and to act like God. And if God is a community, wherever you find yourself, you should be in a position to help the others who are in need. This is part of the reason why it is very necessary for any and everybody who is hearing or listening to be able to identify with this cause. You may not be able to give anything dramatic, but your prayers may also be very helpful. You may not have money, but you will say, okay, maybe I pick up the feeding of one bishop per day, which will be about 100 or so. Or there are chasubles that are going to be produced. One chasuble costs about 600. So let me pay little by little. Right. Exactly. So these are elements that, or even if you have fruits and you want to offer to the bishop, there's nothing wrong about it.
Yeah. and so, yeah, Lucy.
Yes, I also want to remind that some people who went to Catholic school and they were formed by Catholic schools.
Yes.
And they know the formation. People still want to take their children to Catholic schools because the Catholic schools have trained them well. Please come on board. And I also want to say thank you for Joy FM for hosting us. And to everybody, we say thank you. We are hoping to hear more from you. And we hope that Christ the King Catholic Church phone will be ringing.
By now,
yes,
definitely. Please. Lucy, I'm grateful. Reverend Father, thank you so much for joining us. And
God bless your work.
Yes,
God bless everyone.
And officials undertaking the renovation of the SMJ Park have described as untrue claims. They tempered with the remains of the former President John Evans Tamils on the blind side of his family, explaining it is simply a beautification exercise as part of activities marking the former president's 10-year anniversary. My colleague, Joseph Akable, has the rest of the story.
July 24 will be exactly 10 years since former President John Evans Tamils died. We understand that on that day, there will be a special event that will be held here at the Asumdue Park. That will be a reopening of the renovated park. The reconstruction is currently ongoing. It's that reconstruction that has given rise to news that has made rounds suggesting that the tomb of the former president has been tampered with. We've picked intelligence from individuals who are closer to the reconstruction works who indicate that that is not the case and that simply a wooden covering which has been taken off to make way for a concrete construction to be undertaken as part of the beautification process. And so they have expressed surprise at that suggestion that has been put out in the public domain. They make the point that persons who are closer and within the family of the former president are quite aware of this reconstruction that is taking place. And so this is the situation here at Asumdue Park. Reconstruction is ongoing ahead of the 10th anniversary celebration on Sunday, July 24. For JoyNews from the Asumdue Park, my name is Joseph Akable.
And thanks for staying with us here on the Pulse on the JoyNews channel. We'll return shortly. And artisans and spare part dealers at Swami Magazine could soon have a sigh of relief as the contractors working on the Swami Roundabout road are working around the clock to complete rehabilitation works. Now, officials of the Joshua Construction say at least 1.5 kilometers of asphalt overlay will be completed by Friday. Ohiminteria reports.
The deplorable Swami roundabout at Francho stretch of the main Kumasi-Techiman Road has been a subject of series of street protests by artisans and spare parts dealers at Swami Magazine. Angry artisans protesting over delays in fixing the pothole-riddled road attacked the Member of Parliament for the area and Majority Leader, Jose Chairman Sabusu, who was meeting leadership of the artisans. What appeared a reactionary visit by the Member of Parliament for Swami to the concerns of his constituents over the tribal rules turned hostile. The angry artisans pelted the MP's entourage with sachet water and other items until a police team, led by the Ashanti Regional Police Commander, whisked the MP away in a police vehicle. The road contractors, Joshua Construction Limited, who abandoned the site over acute shortage of bitumen, have since returned to site, promising to complete an asphalt overlay on at least 1.5 kilometers of the stretch this Friday. Moses Nakoli is an asphalt foreman at Joshua Constructions.
We want to see the photos from the beginning. So tomorrow we'll spray the asphalt. So the asphalt will start on Friday morning. That's why we are here. We are going to lay the asphalt because after we do we cover the potholes finish. From the pothole finish, we need to sweep, we blast, then we spray the bitumen first layer, so that the following day, because here is asphalt layer. So now we receive the bitumen.
Officials of Joshua Construction are promising to work around the clock in what they describe as progressive construction timetable.
You should have patience, because some are my fathers, some are my brothers. Then what is going on, it's not the problem for the MP, it's problem for the contractor. The bitumen, like we have everything, that program should come. So that you have patience, everything will be okay.
This perhaps will come as a relief to artisans and traders of Swami Magazine, who until now were faced with dusty roads. From Kumasi, for JoyNews, JoyNews reporting.
Given to Parliament, the minority there says they will not allow government to rush through the House a 140 euros facility to construct an interchange and ancillary facilities in the Swami roundabout. Now, the agreement was actually placed in the House just a day after some residents protested and nearly attacked the MP for the area. There's more in this report.
As you may be aware, it's just been laid in Parliament. The Committee on Finance and Roads and Transport are yet to look into it. In fact, as we speak, the parliamentary, standing order says that immediately enough copies of a bill, a document is ready, it can be laid. It was laid yesterday, but as we speak, nobody has got a copy of that. So the question is, has it actually been laid? Because if it's laid and we don't have copies, and we are just hoping that nobody is going to tell us that within one day we should read those documents and pass it. We need a minimum of 1 week to be able to digest the content of that, to be able to pass it. By the way, we are rising on the 20th. So this is what we want to bring to your attention.
And that's all we have for you in this package of the polls. My name is Blessed Sogah. Log on to myjoyonline.com. We have updates for you.